everyone. We really appreciate your attendance. This press conference will also be broadcasted live on the internet. Kubus is handling that. So then we also say welcome to all the participants that register for the web conference. On the web are sound and video, and then just for the web guests, we just want to say that you can ask questions. You will see that there's a public chat facility on the web page, and then you can send your questions via the public chat facility on the web page. And thank you very much for you all coming here. We really appreciate that. And directly after the media conference, all documents, including a media release and a list of cases and sound bites and photos, will be available on www.solidaritymedia.co.za. So that's quite important, and for the people on the that take part on the web conference also, if you want all the documents, including sound bites and photos, etc., it's all available on www.solidaritymedia.co.za, and that will be available just after the media conference. So if you also want pics or you want sound or etc., all the documents will be on that specific web page. And then the media conference will also be rebroadcasted for an open audience, because the audience that's listening right now are all registered. But the open broadcast will be at 12 o'clock on www.solidarityradio.co.za, and that will be a radio broadcast of the specific events. Alright, I'm Dirk Hermann. I'm the Deputy General Secretary of Solidarity, and may I introduce you to another Dirk, but he's Dirk Groenewald, and he's one of the legal representatives in the cases that will be announced. Now, what we will do is, I will start with a short background on what's this all about. And then Dirk, the legal representative, will go through these cases. Just for your sake, this is all the cases that I will deal with right now. This is all the files that deals with the cases, just to show you it's real cases. And then here is all the papers that served on the different government institutions. That includes this South African Police Service and Correctional Service. So it's already served on them, it's real cases, and the first court case will start on Monday, the 16th of November. But let me first give you a background. The South African Police Service is mandated by the Constitution to prevent, combat and investigate crime, to maintain public order, to protect and secure the inhabitants of the Republic and their property, and to uphold and enforce the law. That's the mandate. However, the South African public have some misgivings about whether the South African Police Service is fulfilling this mandate. Crime is getting out of hand, and the public are losing their faith in the state's ability to protect their safety. President Zuma has come out strongly against the crime problem since the start of his presidential term. He suggested that the death penalty might be reinstated, and recently said that the police members should shoot to kill if their lives were threatened by criminals. The government identified crime as one of its 5 priorities. The South African Police Service is supposed to play a critical role in giving effect to the government's goals and objectives regarding crime. The public also have a constitutional right to be protected by the South African Police Service. It is current practice within the South African Police Service to, in order to promote representativeness, leave posts vacant or even to do away with posts, rather to fill them with qualified white police officials. Moreover, skilled whites who left the South African Police Service are not reappointed, and the reason given is that their appointment will not promote the idea of representativity. The problem here is that the idea of representativity reigns supreme in the South African Police Service. It has assumed a higher priority than service delivery. In short, policing is sacrificed for the sake of the idea of representativity. The irony of the situation is that the majority of people who are affected by lower standards of policing and alleviated crime figures are black South Africans, who are the intended beneficiaries of processes aimed to bringing about transformation. In an effort to promote equality through a distorted process of affirmative action, inequality is exacerbated among the masses through ineffective policing. Solidarity has decided to embark on an intense legal campaign to rectify the situation, because there is no moral justification for leaving posts vacant in order to promote the ideology of representativeness. Solidarity will take the South African government to court in 10 affirmative action lawsuits. 9 of the suits are against the South African Police Service and 1 is against correctional services. In all the cases, papers has already been served on the respective organizations. The first case will commence on Monday, the 16th of November in the Labour Court in Johannesburg. The case will show whether the ideology of representativeness indeed prevails over effective policing. That will be the test. The lawsuit was instituted on behalf, and that is the one on Monday, the first one, was instituted on behalf of Captain Renate Barnard, who had applied for a promotion post that was created to improve investigations concerning complaints against the police. The interview panel, which was representative, recommended Captain Barnard for the position unanimously. The area commissioner decided that Captain Barnard should not be appointed in the position on the grounds that her appointment would not promote representativeness. The post was re-advertised 2 years later. Once again, the interview panel recommended Captain Barnard for the position, and the area commissioner also recommended her for it. One of the reasons he gave for the decision was that service delivery would be jeopardized if she was not appointed that time round. The National Commissioner this time stopped the process on the basis that Captain Barnard's appointment in the position would not promote affirmative action. The post was subsequently done away with. In this instance, the public were deprived of good service delivery for the sake of representativeness. The other lawsuits are similar to this one, and Dirk here on my right will give more information on that. Solidarity is taking these cases to the Labour Court, not only to stand up for the members who were discriminated against on racial grounds, but also to protect the interest of the general public. The public's constitutional right to protection is more important than the ideology of representativeness. By instituting these lawsuits, Solidarity is standing up for the South African Constitution and the constitutional state. Solidarity believes that the South African government acted outside the Constitution of South Africa. As citizens of a democratic country, we have a duty to rectify these kind of imbalances, even if it involves taking aggressive legal action against the government. And this is a short background on why and how and what it is all about. I will ask Dirk Groenewald